Hello everyone, my name is Sanjay. I am here to present about the IoT based home automation solution. I have completed this internship in emerging information technologies about the topic of IoT based home automation solution. Let us discuss about the internship now. Here, starting with internship is on Internet of Things topic home automation. The duration of this internship is 4 weeks, and here we are going to use simulation tool called PiximLab. We are not using any hardware component, we are using software tool called PiximLab to use the Arduino and interface with the sensors and LEDs in the PiximLab and connect it to the Blink app. Now our goal is to design and simulate a smart home system using virtual hardware and Blink app. Coming to next, objectives. The objectives of internship is to gain programming experience in C and C++ for embedded systems, understand IoT communication simulation using PiximLab, simulate sensors and actuators in a virtual microcontroller setup, and lastly, develop a simulated home automation project with Blink integration. So the tools required for this are, and we are going to use C and C++. As you know, these are the most used for Arduino programming. Simulation tool is PiximLab, and we are going to use an mobile app, IoT app, which is Blink, and components are like virtual LEDs, temperature sensor, CLCD display. So this project is done in Arduino based simulation. We are going to do this project with the help of the Arduino. And during the first week of internship, we learn about the C programming fundamentals. The fundamentals are like learn basic syntax, data types, and number systems. Explore control flow like if, switch, and loops. Practiced arrays, operators, program logics. Develop basic program for strong C foundation. These are the overview which I learned in the first week. Coming to second week, we learn advanced C and C++ concept like understanding pointers, functions, and memory management. Studied storage classes and preprocessor directives. Learn object-oriented programming concepts like classes, inheritance, polymorphism, and also compared the embedded programming between C and C++. This comes of this is the end of the coding session, like learning basic concept of C, C++. This we all learned in the first 2 weeks. Coming to the third week, we learned about the IoT concept, basics of IoT and whole IoT system architecture, everything, and introduced to IoT concept and system architecture. And here we set up the virtual microcontroller and peripheral connections in PiximLab. Simulated LED blinking, CLCD interface and temperature sensor in PiximLab, and connected wrote code in the Arduino IDE, and established data flow between the components like LED, CLCD, temperature sensor. Coming to the last week, we learned about the Blink integration. Blink app is used to connect with the Arduino and the PiximLab. We connected the Blink app with the PiximLab simulation, implemented virtual control for LEDs and temperature display. Observed real-time data synchronization between apps and simulations. Demonstrated full IoT workflow with virtual devices. This comes a 4 weeks of internship, and we completed this 4 weeks of internship. And coming to the project, the main requirements of the project, like what are the functional requirements, what are the things we should do in the projects. Like first one is curtain lights control. Second is temperature control system. Third is water tank inlet and outlet valve control. These are main three functions like we should do in this project. First, coming to curtain light control. Here we have to control the brightness of LED by the sunlight, like basic availability of the sunlight. So what happens here? We have to read the LED sensor value based on the reading from the LDR. Vary the brightness of the LED, which resembles control guarding glass based on the availability of the sun. Okay, this is our first step. Like first functionality we should do. Second thing, temperature control system. Temperature control system. The temperature control system consists of heat ring resistors and LM35 temperature sensor and cooler, which resembles the temperature control system at home. Here we have to read the temperature from the temperature sensor, which is LM35, and display it on the CLCD. Control the temperature of the system by turning on and off the heater and cooler through the Blink IoT app. So basically we should integrate the Blink app to Arduino, so we can control the heater and the cooler here. And we should read the temperature. The temperature should be displayed on the CLCD. And here we can also display the turning on and off signals in that CLCD also. So all things are connected to Arduino, like Blink IoT app is connected, temperature system is connected, CLCD also connected. So we can display the temperature and everything since the temperature. So this is our second functionality requirement. Third thing is water tank inlet and outlet valve control. So here we have to read the volume of the water in the tank through serial communication and display it on the CLCD. Control the volume of the water tank by controlling the inlet and outlet. So this means like we have to control by the Blink IoT app. We have connected this. We have to connect this to Blink IoT app. So if, as you can see here, Blink IoT app, the inlet valve control is set. If the inlet valve control is set, then the water tank volume increases. If the outlet valve control is set, the water tank value decreases. So these also, the notification goes to CLCD, like volume of the water, to display the volume of the water. And by sending commands through serial communication, display the volume of water tank on CLCD. So as I said before, that volume of the water displayed on the CLCD. So these are the functional requirements of the project that we should do. So coming to the Blink application, as I said, we are integrating the Blink IoT app to our project. So Blink IoT app was designed for the Internet of Things. It can control hardware remotely. It can display sensor data. It can store data, visualize it, and do many other cool things. The things are, we have created two tabs in the Blink application. These two tabs are, one is for the temperature system, another is for the water inlet and outlet value system. So there are two types of buttons we are going to create in this project. First one is a button widget. Sorry, the two types of widgets we are going to create. First one is a button widget. Second one is a gauge widget. A button widget, as you know, button has only two values, like 0, 1. 0 means off and 1 means on. So we can control the inlet and outlet. We created buttons for inlet, outlet, heater and cooler. We created gauge for volume and temperature. So gauge shows the values, button shows the on and off state. So button widgets are used to control heaters, coolers, inlet valves, outlet valves. Gauge widgets are used to display the temperature and volume of the water in the tank. So this is about the Blink IoT app. Next, these are the simulation output that I have done. So we are using a serial remote tank. The serial remote tank is used, which is connected to Arduino. So we are creating here a virtual serial communication. So to connect this serial tank to the Arduino, and here you can see this is LCD, this is temperature sensor, this is cooler, this is LDR, this is LED. So as you can see the output, here the temperature is mentioned like 27.34. This is the temperature value. This 2990, this is the volume of the water. And as I said, we can have the notification about the cooler on off state. So you can see CLR off means cooler is in off state. Another is INFL off means inflow is off. So we can control everything through Blink application. So I'll later show the process in the further video how to do that. And coming to next, so this conclusion, so we can conclude that using Blink IoT application and fixing simulated home automation where LED, temperature system, serial time resembles light, heater, cooler, and water tank in real time. CLCD acts like a dashboard used for displaying the events. Widgets from Blink IoT apps like button widgets are used to control heaters, coolers, and inlet valve and outlet valve. Gauge widgets to display the temperature and volume of the water. So, can conclude that we completed the whole project using Blink IoT and Pixim Simulator. So, which we can use, which this can be used in many daily resources, which is low cost because we are using it very easy to implement it and used in daily scenarios where we can use in home, right? Okay. Now coming to the implementation, we have to open the Pixim lab. We have take an Arduino board. Then we are using Arduino IDE for coding purpose. As we know, Arduino IDE is most used to write code and dump it in the Arduino. So we are using Arduino IDE. So here written the code. This is the main code, like main functions that are done, like temperature controls, tanks, handle tanks. Like you can see the update temperature. Here there is a read temperature and update. So the read temperature, these are all defined in functions before. So we define different functions like LDR function, serial tank is another function, and temperature system another function. So we are calling these functions in this main main code. Like here we can see include LDR main temperature. So we have libraries like SPI, Blink, and we are connecting the Blink here. Without the Blink authentication token, we cannot connect. So we have to paste this Blink credentials here, and we have the Blink control here, inlet and outlet control. So we have a handle temperature. In this, what happens means if the temperature exceeds 35 degrees, then heat automatically turns off. So this is the code we have. Now you can check this here. We have initialize everything, brightness control, everything, LDR, all the code have been written and done. Here, you can see here, we have defined the pin numbers like V1, V2, V0. Two different pins like cooler pin, virtual pin. These are all virtual pins which we create in a Blink application. So these are created for different V1, V2, V2, V0, V4, V5, V6. And serial tanks, we have operations of serial tanks here like lateral, enable. And next we have the serial tank and temperature system. Everything is done. So we have now we'll compile the code. So after compiling, we should dump it in the Arduino. So we have to load X file in the Arduino. So we should open Pixim Lab. Okay, Pixim Lab. Open it. We have to load the hex file. So load hex file. We choose the file where we updated. Okay. Now, right. I have loaded the hex file. Now we have to go to the spare parts. So these are the spare parts. Like it will take a minute to run the code. Okay, you can see we got the output like temperature is 27.34. Volume is 2400 something like. So here you can see LED is a LDR is. So our first thing is garden light control. What is guideline control? Controlling the brightness of LED with the help of availability of sunlight. So we are using LDR sensor. So as you can see, we can control the brightness of the LED with this LDR. You can see the brightness increases and decreases with respect to this. And second thing, this is cooler and heater. We will turn on this using blink app. So I will show you. Now we are taking serial time. This is the serial time which is used, serial remote time, which is used for water inlet or outlet control to show the flow of the water inlet valve, outlet valve. So to connect this, we have taken a virtual bridge, serial port bridge. So here we have to create local bridges in this. So I created local bridge with COM1 and COM2. So I connected this bridge with the Arduino. How you should we connect? To connect the Arduino, we have to configure and add the first pin in the Arduino and second pin to here and connect it. So these two will be connected. This way the serial tag is connected to the Arduino. So let me show you the output using blinker. I said that we can control the output with the help of blink app. So let me show you it. I will connect this with a blink app. Okay, we're going to use. So now we are going to connect my mobile phone to this. Like, wait a minute, I will connect it to show the that we can connect. We can control this using the mobile phone. Let me check. Wait. Okay, right now I connected it with my mobile phone. You can see. So let me open the Blink application. As you can see here, as you can see here, I have created home automation. So with this, we can control like the values and temperature, volumes, temperature with it. So let me start here. As you said, we have two tabs. One tab is for sorry. One tab is for temperature system. Another tab is for volume, like water inlet value control. So we have two buttons and one gauge. One button is for turning on and off the heater, and another button is turning on off of the cooler. Coming to the second tab, we have two buttons and one gauge. One is inlet valve on and off button. Another is outlet valve on and off button. So we have created this. We should give the pins, virtual pins, to this. So that's when we can completely control. So we define these pins in the Arduino IDE code like V1, V2, V2. So we should give them correctly here. If we interchange any pin, the control will be different. So now I can check the heat. I'm turning on the heater. So wait up here you can see the heater turn on. Is a message shows that heater is turned on and the temperature is increasing. As you can see the temperature in the gauge also increasing slowly. So we can control the temperature in the room with the help of this. So I'm going to turn off the heater now. Let's check. So here it shows the heater is turned off. We have completed the first thing like controlling temperature. Let me turn on the cooler one. Wait a minute. So as you can see it shows that turn on the cooler. Here you can see the fan is rotating. I will move this a little bit side. Cooler is on. Cooler is on and the temperature is decreasing gradually. Okay. So second functionality is completed, like controlling the temperature system with the help of Blink IoT. The third is water inlet and outlet valve control. So I created another different tab for this. Okay, this home automation tab, this is for volume and water control. So as you can see, inlet means water is entering inside, like flow is on inside. Outlet means flow is going outside. If which we can control with this button with on or off. So I'm going to on the inlet. Let's see what the pop-up. So you can see the inflow on, which means the water is increasing. So as you can see, you saw that the level is increased from here to here. So inlet flow is on. So maximum I kept 3000, so it is full right now. If I turn off, it shows inlet flow is turned off and the connection is this. You can see the connection is on. See, connection is there. If you turn off, the connection is off. So next, if I on that outlet valve, see, you can see outlet flow is on. If I turn off it, it shows outlet flow is off and volume stays where it stops. You can decrease control the water tank. Like this is used in home everything. This is for outlet now. Now we can turn on the heater all simultaneously are working all these sets simultaneously. As you can see, temperature increases, volume increases, cooler. If I turn on both, the temperature will be stable. If I turn on cooler and heater, the temperature will be stable. Okay, I'm good. So this is our project. Like we have completed home automation, IoT based home automation solution using Blink IoT app. Thank you.